Hello, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to properly find high-resolution images. Have you ever gotten an email with a photo or something attached to it, and then when you opened it up or printed it out, it looked all distorted and pixelated? It's because that the image was a low-resolution image. When we're working on our projects in our program in graphic design, we use the high-resolution images that don't pixelate when you look at them on screen or when you print them out. We usually use stock photography sites or stock design sites, or preferably, above all else, we take our own photographs. Often, students come to Google or other search engines to search for images. What you have to be aware of, though, is that every image that you see on the screen belongs to somebody else. If you use that image and you put it into a project and you hope to make money off of that project by mass producing it in some sort of way, you're stealing someone else's property. To put it in context, imagine if you had taken a photo of yourself and your family on vacation. Someone sees that photo through an image search, and it's a high enough resolution that they take it, download it, and they use it for their travel company, and they put your family and your photo and advertisements on billboards advertising their travel company. And you're driving around and you happen to see one of the photos and you recognize on the billboard you and your family. And you weren't paid for it, but here they are using it to advertise their services. This is actually a true story that happened to a family in California when they went to travel in Europe and they saw a family photo being used, their own family photo, on advertisements for travel in Europe. So I just want you to be aware of that when you're using these images offline, for a project or not, it's somebody else's image and it's not yours. And even if you distort it in Photoshop and change it with filters, it's still theirs, not yours. So ideally, you want to use images that you either have taken yourself or you've gone to a site like the stock exchange and created an account where they have royalty-free images. Royalty-free means that the photographer has already been compensated for their work and the image is free for you to use, or you can use it by paying a small fee. For our projects, since most of them are not being used to make money off of, if you use a search engine like, say, Google, you're going to want to click on the search tools. Now, I've searched for a California beach, and I've clicked on the search tools. When you go to the far left side, by default, it'll say any size. You don't want that because that's what's going to give you the low resolution images that are going to come out pixelated. Instead, click Search Tools and change the size from any size to large. That way, it's giving you access to the largest photos that it has available in the search engine. You can tell by the size of the photo from the first two numbers in it. That's 1280 pixels wide by 960 pixels high, which is a fairly large image. But you can see that this image is even larger. It's 1900 pixels wide by 901 pixels high. This is the proper way to search for images and make sure that you have large images. So let's click this one with the Ferris wheel. If you wanted to use this image, you're not done by just simply clicking on it. If you click and drag this to your desktop or save it or copy it, it's still going to give you a low-res image. This is what they call a thumbnail or a preview. It's not what you want to use. What you actually want to do is click View Image here on the right. Then that's going to give you the full-size image that you can then click and drag to your desktop, or left-click and save the image or copy the image to your desktop. And this is how you should properly search for images for your projects.